Hello and welcome back. Right, we have got work to do. I am not going to... Huh? Ah, indeed it is. I do apologise. I am on the wrong field. That is an auspicious start. Very well done, Mr. Smith. We should try that again. That really did worry me for a minute then. I was like, oh my life. No, drop mowers. Drop. Takes an age. Right. Yeah, we're going into a time lapse. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, Gordon Bennett, that took some time. That's 4 hours real time. Gordon Bennett, got some, yeah, what I'm going to do now is obviously, this is all we can do is move these. Let's check the best price. Doesn't have to be the BGA, just the best possible price I can get for silage now. Oh, great. Now they're on the up. I suppose, yeah, we could wait for the next one. We can't guarantee we're going to get one tomorrow though, can we? Not really. No, we can't. No, we're going to have to, yeah. Right, I'm going to go straight back into another time lapse. The old saying, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. It's definitely true. Can't. It's better to have some money than to have no money. Can't guarantee that another baling contract will come up later. Let's refresh them. That doesn't seem to work anymore. No, it doesn't. Right, let's just get these in then. So I am going to say my words again. We're going to grab all of these. We're just going to literally put them straight into the biogas plant and just cash them in basically. We certainly have got a lot, but obviously, yeah, it's somewhat dinted. I've been racking my brains for clever ways not to try to think of ways. I was hoping for special sale points on the map, not thinking of, no, I'm not into cheating. It is what it is. Just have to do this the hard way. It is definitely going to be the hard way. I'm seriously thinking contracts for 760,000. I was thinking collectibles, but then I thought, but then it's sort of, yeah, it goes against the grain somehow, but it's going to be an absolute toughie just with contracts. This is a humongous amount, it really is. But then collectibles seems, I've said for a long time about smoke and mirrors, about YouTube content creators, ones that say, all they had was a hacksaw. Now that would be quite impressive. Yeah, all they had was a chainsaw and a truck, and on things like No Man's Land. And anybody who knows anything about the game knows that's not true. You've got to have bought the piece of land. Often these same YouTubers, not, I'm not, content creating is using smoke and mirrors, but it is obviously, there's a lot of sensationalism as well, where people say I'm 5 million in it, but what they're not saying is that they've put something on the map that's going to help them. Now that's the type of thing that I don't like, and that's why I don't want to do the same thing. I feel very strongly about it, but there are collectibles on the map, so I am of two minds. The the warrior in me says, no, let's just do this, but the realist in me goes, Gordon Bennett, it's on the map, you've got to clear yourself the debt, but nah, just goes against the grain. I'd like to set myself a challenge. There's got to be a challenge. It's got to be by proper rules. Yeah, I've not got a secret sell point somewhere on the map that's going to double the amounts that I'm going to get for bales. I'm just using what is on the map. Oh, no, you'll not get any more on there. Yeah, so I know it is monstrous, and we've done well out of this, but it is going to be, it's a drop in the ocean. It really is. If we got 69,000 minus the 2,000 and something for, that's just off the contract's payment, which means we're going to be under 700,000. If we did 50,000 on bales, we'd be very lucky. So that would be, yes, I mean, we are talking, and this has took 4 hours real time. Seriously. So, and these are the best type of contracts. Let's be honest, I can't do anything fertiliser, I can't do anything that's going to require me to, so all I can do is ploughing contracts, cultivating contracts, baling contracts are the most lucrative of them all, and silage is the most lucrative of all contracts, apart from a super duper harvest contract. And even then, actually, I would still say, a silage contract, of this kind of caliber still is going to absolutely thrash that. I mean, time-wise, I don't think there's much in it. They are a killer contract. Baling massive fields like I've done on this it is humongous. There's no denying that. I don't know what went wrong with these two bales around here. It's weird how some of them, it seems to still appear to be grass or something, which is weird. They're all wrapped and that, so if it is, I have seen that before. In fact, I think I've seen it on this very map on my other Let's Play. Yes, it was the start from scratch. Obviously this is a storyline. Yeah, I'm seriously, I'm racking my brain to see if there's anything I could do that was clever, but I'm coming up empty. The only thing is collectibles that I can think of. Wow, it's not bad. Yeah, I think I'd be about right. If I get 70,000 in total out of this, and the 60,000, well, no, nearly 70, that's 140 grand. That is going to be one of the best payouts, and that's not going to happen every day. So, yeah, it is a challenge, and I'm not sure how to meet it, whether to literally hold my horses and just, I suppose, I've said this a long time ago, on my Greenlands map, it was one of the first ones, content I released, and I had a very large amount of people with initial interest, but I've got to be honest, when I watch the videos back myself, you are at the mercy of whatever contracts, again, that was the start from scratch, where I literally just did contracts and to set myself going, because I didn't have enough money to do anything else. But the trouble is a bit like this. This is a massive, massive undertaking. If I'm going to do baling contracts or whatever contracts, they can be boring. And the other thing is, I am going to do a video actually, just to show what I mean by bells and whistles, by smoke and mirrors. The only thing you can ever know that a YouTube content creator is being honest is while the cameras are rolling. And that's, no, it is to a degree, it's true. I will never cheat. I won't. That is, yeah. But then it's, what do you call cheating? Will I tab when I'm not on camera? Yes, of course I will. Absolutely. That's not cheating. But do I do that while I'm creating content? No, I don't, because it's frowned upon, so I don't do that. Nothing wrong with it. But you could go much for that. What is not cheating within a game where you can do what you like? I could press F12 and I could conjure up 6 million silage bales. I didn't deserve them, but I can do it. I can press the F12 key, not all at once I might add, but yeah, I can keep pushing out silage bales with the F12 key, spawning materials left, right and centre. So the only thing that keeps it honest is you seeing me cut the grass and bale the grass, and also I keep the real-time clock at the top. Now you would notice that anybody who's closely watched this contract, I've done this over about 3 days. Yeah, the session is 13:13 and I have done 4 hours, but I haven't done 4 hours in one segment of time. I've done 45 minutes here, and I've tried to be clever about the way I've spliced the video, and I've started and stopped, which I've done quite a few times. You'll probably notice, if you look really closely, a slightly different camera angle, because there's no way I can get that exactly the same every single time, but I can do my best. I can not do it badly. I started to do that in No Man's Land so that I could get the edits together well, but if you look closely you can see where they join. But again, someone who's been at this longer than I have could easily do far better than that. Much better. Anyway, I'm gonna go into a time lapse again. I will carry on this conversation another time, but I don't want to bend your ears too much. But I am going to do a session where I show you what I mean by smoke and mirrors, where I can show you exactly how far a YouTuber could go and yet still make things look, if I cut out and cut in then I can sort of do what I like, and you'll never know up to a point. Again, the only thing that keeps it is the honesty of the YouTuber, and this is not me saying that all YouTubers are dishonest. I'm saying the only way you can tell is by watching the person do the job from start to finish. That's the only way you can know if that person's being honest. If you keep going in the menus and you can see how much of a product I've got, if a YouTuber doesn't ever show you that, or all you see is, you can't honestly know that they haven't added products. And again, I'm not saying they have, I'm just saying if it's got to be real and someone's making a claim that I'm going to do this challenge, they've got to show you everything, or otherwise you don't know that they've actually done that properly or fairly. Right, let's see. It should be another 23,000 and odd. I mean, I've done a few. I think my biggest one was on Calmston Extreme. That was the one where I literally had absolutely no money. Alexa, stop. Haha, goodbye Alexa. Right, yeah. Yeah, sorry, quiet then. Yeah, what I am saying is, right, let's concentrate, is obviously you're behind the camera and editor of every single YouTube content creator, especially content like this that we're making with a game that has a set of rules and there are mods, and especially on the PC. The PC is, I think, probably the most honest content creator I know that is approvably honest would be Mr. CDP, because he is on console. Yeah, there are not the conjure up bales that you've got on PC like I could do. There is that always. There are things and mods that aren't cheating, like I use Courseplay an awful lot, but I always insist that Courseplay pays 100%, as I've shown in many of my videos, the wages, the same wages that a standard worker works, because I'm wanting to play by the rules, so that what you see with me is exactly what you see. That's I wished to approach YouTube content creation, but I do realise it does also mean it can be more boring. You can show. And again, this is not me saying Scroft is not honest, because that is not at all what I'm saying. I am not saying that. I'm saying if you show a field of wheat and then all you show at the end is a couple of sequences where you go down with a harvester, then yeah, that all you're seeing is that. You can't guarantee what happened in the middle. You can't guarantee that the Courseplay wages weren't switched on, or that someone's added another 30 grand, or you just can't guarantee that because you didn't see it happen. So the only way, even with honest people, is to see the job being done, which is why I've approached my content creation in this a bit more arduous, and it is a little bit more tedious and boring, which is why I always go into time lapses on this particular sequence, because they are so long. I think I'm even going to do 7 times time lapses, so it's going to be going like the clappers, because these fields are massive. It's taken 4 hours. I probably will show you in 40 minutes what's taken me 4 hours. No, actually, even that, it will be more like an hour. If I did it times 7, it's still going to be an hour long content of me doing these 2 contracts. Obviously, that's still a lot kinder to you than it was to me, but again, I am at the dilemma. I want this to be the greatest challenge I've ever done. I mean, I've done my Calmston Extreme. That was extreme, it really was. There was no... I was at the whim of the contract system, and what I got was what I got. But even that, this time we started with no money, no land, minus 761,000. Well, it was minus 4.5 million, but again, through the map and through the storyline, obviously that's been reduced to a mere minus 750,000. But yeah, that is going to take some doing, because there's no trickery, there's nowhere for me to hide at all, unless I was to allow collectibles, and that to me then is taking away the challenge. Anybody can come on any of the maps. On Elm Creek, I could go on a video on YouTube and I could see where all of those things were, and within an hour or 2 hours I could have netted 500,000, a million on some maps, and I could clear my 700 and something thousand debt within an hour. But that's not a challenge. Anybody can do that. A challenge is to set something by a hard set of rules. And that, I think I've set the ultimate challenge for myself. I have never faced a challenge as hard as the one that I've set myself this time. But it's not a challenge if I start to use collectibles, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, it's going to be an absolute backbreaker. And this is even to start. This is just to break even. So, yeah, but I still think if I don't follow that as a set of guidelines, then... Oh, please don't tell me another. Oh, of course we'll have filled the... Oh, my life. Yeah, that is true. How am I going to do that? I'm going to have to stack them. Ooh, this is going to be trickier than I thought. I'd not thought about that. Right, I'm going to get a couple more stacks and I'm going to stick them in front of that, and they will net me money that is going to be returned over the next couple of days, but I am going to leave the rest on the fields because it will allow me to do that. Oh, but then if I get a contract, September, October, November, I can't recall, there may be baling contracts in November, so really I suppose I ought to move them off the fields. I suppose I could still, if I was lucky enough to get a contract on the same 2 fields in November, then I would just move them off the equipment to beforehand. It might not happen, so yeah, we will. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll grab 2 stacks of what we've got left, we'll stick them on in front of that slab, so that as the hopper gets empty, it will start to grab some of those and give us income. That's the only real way I can do things. So I think, although on that first episode I said yes, I'm going to gather collectibles, the second I saw that in edit, and I thought, that's not a challenge. That is not a challenge. Anybody can come on this map and grab collectibles and grab however many 100,000 I could get if I get all of 10 of this and 10 of that. That is not a challenge, so I'm not going to do it. I mean, I've been on this map. I know myself where at least 40 or so of them are. No, it might not be quite that high. At least 30 odd. Definitely. That is not much of an exaggeration. Yeah. You can see my video on YouTube that does show that very thing, so that's not a challenge. I mean, the where the rest are, I could have a good guess as well, to be honest. Now I know the sort of places they were and how many roughly there are and where. Yeah, I could truthfully think I could go to almost every house, every area, and scour around them to find the rest. And I don't know how much the total amount you get for all the bonuses, the tens, the groups of tens, which if most of them seem to be like that. Is that everything on this field? Yeah, then if I did that, again, it is not a challenge. So I'm not going to keep belabouring the points because it will get boring fast. But right, let's go and grab that. I want to get a full 40. Imagine there are some there. I can stack what's there, I suppose, with this, and then go and get another set of the other fields. And I'm going to stack them nicely in front of the hopper so that over the next couple of months. But although this is going to be an absolute backbreaker, it really is, and I do feel as sorry for you watching as me doing this, but it is a challenge, and there's only one way I can show you that I'm truly doing that, and that is if you're with me every step of the way. Now I am going to make that easier on you than it is on me, because I will on the long ones like this I am going to make them. I'm going to do it at 7 times, which I don't like doing because it's too jerky, but it is a common setting and it will speed time up, but you can still see what I'm doing. Now these are going to be hard to get. They are. The only way I can do this is if I go from the other end upwards. Yeah, so I hope you are going to stay with me on this, because it is, in my opinion, one of the greatest and fairest challenges. I've seen many content creators do this type of thing, and I've never seen anybody do one like this. Yes, there are a lot of bells and whistles ones where people say, yeah, I've only got this and I've only got that, and it's, yeah, it's bells and whistles because it's not truly as hard as they're saying it is. If you've already bought a square of land, and yes, I can see that little pony. I knew it was there already. Oh, my little pony. Yes. Right, come on. Oh, I don't believe I want to go to the field for one. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to, yeah, I'm going to stick these as square as I possibly can as well. I might actually be able to get 3, but actually I don't know how many I've got left on that, the other field anyway. Can't see, I can't get my camera angle right. That's about right. Oh. Huh? Hang on a minute, that was... I'm confused now. Very confused. Right, okay. Yeah, so I still stand by my original sort of thing and the way that I create my content, because it is fair. I think it is just a tad boring. Yeah. Which is why I do my time lapses, so that you can still see that I'm being fair and honest. Right, anyway, yes, I do hope you're going to stick with me on this, even if you flick through every sort of few minutes. I do understand this is not one of those type of Let's Plays where it's going to be terribly interesting, but at least you could follow me on every step of the way to see that I am being honest. So yeah, if you choose to skip ahead or to the middle and the end, I understand that, I truly do. But this is going to be a record of me doing my ultimate challenge, the biggest challenge I've ever done in any of my content creations, and there is no trickery. Yeah, it is what it is. We are just using anything on the map. Yeah, I mean the one that I loved on my that Lapacho was the fact the grain exporter. Now that was something I had no control over, that I didn't even realise when I set that storyline up that was there, and that was a massive help because the price of grain on that from the grain exporter was much higher, 1.5 times the normal price you got for the grain exporter. So I've not done anything like that on this. I don't know if such a thing exists. I mean, I don't mean I've not sold any grain. No, actually I haven't. I've not got that far on this map yet. I have sold silage at a BGA. No, I've not done anything else. Oh wow, we have still got some bales. Wow, yeah we have, that is good. The other thing is, obviously, I also try with things, the mod like the bale counter mod, to show you exactly how many, one at a time, that going up, that's, you can't cheat that. It's there every single click of the way, and that I do that on purpose, the same as I put the clock, the real-time clock at the top, so you can see exactly what's happening and that I'm not tricking. And that's why I go in my menus a lot, where you can see what I've got in silos, because you can see if all of a sudden I've conjured up 500 tons of potatoes and I've not done any harvesting. It's as a way for you to keep tabs that what I'm doing is what I'm saying I'm doing, and that it is actually exactly that. There's no smoke and mirrors, no me deflecting and doing something else secretly, or sticking a buy point and adding more wood chips or whatever and selling it. No, I'm not doing that. Every sort of 1,000 litres of wood chips you will see me do, because it's the only fair way for me to prove that I've done what I said I've done. Now that's something that anybody can do, even on PlayStation. That particular thing, if you had something like the multi-fruit buying station, yes, you can. And then that again is not saying, I'm just saying the only way to truly see if someone is actually doing this properly is to be following them in their journey. Anyway, yes, let's I'm not going to bore you with it. We're going to literally get these bales over to that, and we are going to sell them. But I think we are about to fill the hopper, so I'm going to literally stick these in as tight a pile as I possibly can each time. But the other thing is, yeah, that's just reminded me that bump in the road. I went flying a few minutes ago on a bump on the field. I like to show that, I do, how you get out of a scrape, or if you don't have your cameras on all the time, you never know as a content creator when there's going to be an interesting shot that's going to come up that you weren't expecting. I like that. That I think is original. Even your mistakes is human, and I think it adds for honest, interesting content. Apart from, as I said, if you watch me for every minute I was recording, then obviously that's the one reason why on bigger sequences I time lapse. Oh, wow, we are filling in both sides. Right, I am going to go into a time lapse sequence. We're just going to ferry these across, and then I'll chat at the very end when we've done all that we possibly can. Yeah, I'm going to try and square up though. Or somewhat. Yeah, that's true. It's going to be difficult for me to do that. Just to be like that. Yeah. I did think we were close to being full. So over the next couple of months, I will get tick ups or tick downs, you could say. Yeah, you'll notice it's going down by ones and that now. I'll get a steady tick down of that for the next while. Yeah, and if I sped through the night, it would go obviously up by quite a considerable amount. But anyway, you know why that's ticking down. Wish you'd just seen me put it there. So I am going to say my words. We are going to grab the rest of this field, and then if there are no contracts, we are going to whiz through till September, and we'll see what contracts await us. I am going to speed time up though through the days to see if we get contracts later in the day, because you do get contracts that appear later in the day, so I will do that, see if I get any later. But of course, again, can only choose certain types of contracts. I would have thought we would have seen some harvest contracts, if I'm honest. But no, nothing. I am right, aren't I? Yeah, there's wheat, oats, and canola. Yeah, wheat, canola and oats all being harvested today, and not a single harvest contract. So yes, anyway, I am going into a time lapse. I shall see you guys and girls on the other side. No, I don't think I will. I seriously thought I could make one more bale out of that if I scoured every last. But then I've always said that it's I think I was looking at the big ones down here, and there's not enough to make a new bale. They are thousands of litres. So grab that last one. I'm not going to waste my time and yours by trying to do the impossible. Let's grab this last one. That's 11 bales. Drop this off, and then we're going to literally speed time up till the end of the day, see if any more contracts drop. And yes, so rules of engagement updated. No collectibles. That is another one. So no trickery, only the things on the map. We shall see over the next couple of months what the total payout would be, though, from the biogas plant as that hopper drops down. I'm not sure. I think it's not sure how fast if it's a base game one with no tweaking by the map maker by Zero Oito, then yes, it should still be a bit of a monster, though. We shall see. We shall. Did do very well out of it, though. Yeah, much better than I thought. Right, so let's drop this on the side, and then we shall collect on the contracts. And I think, I reckon we will have knocked 100,000 on the head, which was one of the better pay. I am surprised there's no harvesting contracts, though. Yeah, in August. That has shocked me somewhat. I am going to be choosy. If we are going to do the contracts, which is the only thing I can do to get myself out of debt, I'm not going to go for... mind you, I say that. The trouble is, as I know myself, you have to literally kickstart the contract system, which means you've got to do the cultivating ones, because otherwise you're only going to get so many contracts. And we can't afford to be too choosy, so in some ways I am best to do what I did on Orbelleron, which would be to grab the biggest cultivator job and basically cultivate even the small fields with that same cultivator. A bit naughty, but it would be the best way to do it, and it's still going to take hours. I think I did 3 episodes on Orbelleron with me kick-starting the contract system. So again, I would probably do a ×7 time lapse, and we would do all that we can, because I've never seen a map yet, an FS22 map, that didn't have. Right, yeah, we can actually grab those contracts now. How much did we? 606,567 plus whatever we get for those. We're going to stand here as well. We're going to speed time up till about tea time, and then we're going to look at contracts. Let's just refresh. Yeah, I'll do it again at tea time. Don't usually drop much later than 4, though. No, right. That's it. I'm gonna sleep through till morning. September morning. Just one last thing, I am going to just re-show this, that there's no trickery. Total session 1 hour 52 minutes. Total wow, I thought it was 4 hours. 6 hours I've been clicking away at this. Mind you, that would also include the time. Yeah. Wow, 260 bales. In the session 12 bales produced. Yeah, that is true. Only came in for a few minutes for doing the last couple of lines on this. Right, let's sleep through till morning. Go 9 o'clock because it's the winter. We shall see what that cleared, what payments we got overnight for our bales, and we shall cast our eyes. I'm not gonna look at what's on offer. That would be very cruel of myself. Oh wow. Wow, we've still got loads. Smashing. Right, what contracts have we got this morning? Oh, we have 2 more. Oh, go on then. We want to borrow items though. and we will indeed both silage, both at the biogas. We don't need to borrow the items again though, we should just accept the contract on that one. There is a harvesting one. We can't do anything other than... did we just lose a contract? I shall have to check in editing what happened there. Right, okay, right, let's go up and grab some equipment. I think I'm going to probably do this as the next session if I'm honest. Let's go grab, yeah, the big M. Now then, closest is 15, 18 is the monster. I think what I'm going to do is just cut that as one field, as one big giant C. And then I'm literally going to do the same, I would say, on... I think we'll just bale and then we'll just wrap. Although, to be honest, wrappings... I'm not going to do this in one session, that's fairly obvious. I mean, these are monstrous in comparison to the 17 and 14 that I've just done. I mean, 18 is probably 14 and 17 together. And 15 is almost as big as 14. In fact, it probably is almost identical in size. So, yeah. If that took me 6 hours, then I would imagine that this is going to take me more like 10. Yes, and we've still got the tick up from our... Is it point? This is 15 here, isn't it? Opposite us, it is. At least this time I won't get the... yeah, I'm going to literally... Yeah, this is going to be the beginning of the next session. Let me just turn time down. So, we've got a lot of bales still to process, and... Let's have a look, how much is that? It just for the contracts alone is going to be 7,400, yeah, another 105,000 plus whatever bales we get off this. Of course, the one bad thing is these bales are going to process very slowly. Mind you, that is the point. I don't necessarily need to take them all. Could take them to the animal dealer. I think we will, especially with that being on the rise. Yep. I like my thinking. Right, smashing. So, yeah, this is the next session. We are literally going to get cracking with those. So, I am saying I hope you're going to stick with me on this arduous journey. Yes, it's going to take strength for you to watch and strength for me to watch. But there is going to be no trickery. It is what it is. I am not... Yeah, we are going to use whatever we've got on the map, and this is just me, and me. And yeah, there's no helpers, I can't afford any, and yeah, it's just me and me doing everything. It really is. Luckily, not all in one session, or I might actually go mad. So yes, I hope you are going to continue with me on this journey. Please leave any comments, yeah, on what you think. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.